Hi students, welcome back. This is Plus 2 Computer Science Chapter 7 Part 2 video. Before getting into the video, please do subscribe. The previous class we have learned about types of functions, defining functions and syntax and advantages of user defined functions. In this class you are going to learn about calling a function, passing parameters in function and function arguments. Okay, this is online editor and let's check this program. It is based on function. So let's see how this function block is invoked. We do have the function named hello and a print statement and return statement. Outside this block we do have function call statement. Yes, this line is actually called function call statement. Yes, this line is used to invoke the entire block of statement. So let's run the program. Okay, look at the output. Yes, we do have only one print statement in the function block. So we got the result as hello Python. So let's do some changes in this function call statement. Let's put this function call statement inside print statement and let's check the result. Okay, this is a statement. We are using function call statement inside print statement. So let's run the program. Look at this. We got the new word called none. So let's see the reason. Okay, in this function block, we do have return statement as the last line. And if the return has no arguments, then none will be displayed as the last statement of the output. That is what? This word. So it happens only if you put this hello or function call statement inside print statement. So I hope you have understood what is calling a function and how to write the function. So let's check passing parameters in functions. So this is the syntax. You have to use this keyword definition, def, and then function name. Inside the bracket you can write the parameters. Number of parameters you can write, but you have to separate it by comma. End up with a colon. So this is the syntax. Let's try with an example. Okay, now look at this example. We do have area as the function and we do have two parameters. To declare two parameters, what we have to do? Yes, inside the parenthesis, you are supposed to write the name of the variables and you have to separate it by comma. You can give any name. And inside that function, we do have a return statement with arguments. So w into h, that is width into height. We are returning back the value to the function call statement. Now outside this function we do have a print statement and we are calling the function, that is area, and we have passed the values 3 and 5. So we need a output statement to print the result. It should be either inside the function block or the function call statement should be inside print statement. So let's see the result. Yes, we got the result as 15. 3 into 5 is 15. So this is the way to write a program with parameters. In function definition, we will write the parameters, and in function call statement, we should write the values for that parameters. And the next topic is function arguments. So function arguments are used to call a function and they are of four types: required arguments, key arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments. So let's see one by one. So the first one is required arguments. So required arguments are the arguments passed to a function in correct positional order. So it expects a correct position order. So let's see with an example. Now look at this program. This block is a function block and this line is the function call statement. Yes, the name of the function is print string and we do have one parameter. So inside parenthesis, if you write any variable name, it is termed as parameter. And we do have one print statement as the action block. We do have string and variable inside that. String is given inside double quotes. After comma, we are supposed to write the variable name. And after the return statement, we do have function call statement. But look at the function call statement. Do we have any arguments passed here? No. So it will throw error. So let's check what error it is going to throw. Let's execute this program and look at this. It is saying that missing one required positional argument str. So we didn't pass the value, that is the mistake. So go back to the program and give the value inside this parenthesis. So you can type the name and then execute the program. So let's run. Look at this. Name Indra. So this is the basic program. The general concept of this program is, in the function definition, if you have passed any parameters, that many number of arguments should be there in function call statement. That is what required arguments. If you have two parameters, two arguments should be there. That is the concept. And the next one is keyword arguments. So keyword arguments will invoke the function after the function parameters are recognized by their parameter names. So all these topics are really very easy. So let's make it simple with an example. So this is the previous program. Let's do some changes in the same program for keyword arguments so that you will understand better. So this program was designed for required arguments, which means number of parameters and arguments should be equal. So now in this program, let me add one more parameter, age, and let's include one more print statement to print the value of age. And here in this function call statement, I am supposed to enter two arguments because we do have two parameters. So two arguments should be present in this function call statement. Now the first value will be given to the first parameter and the second value will be given to the second parameter. So let me enter the second value. Second value, it is a number, so you can write the number without double quotes. So let's execute this program. Yes, we got the name and age. But what if I just interchange these values? If I'm going to write 12 at the very first and then the name. So let's see the output of this program. Look at this. The value again, it is interchanged. Name is 12 and age is Indra. Is this right? No. So required arguments will expect only the numbers to be equal, not the exact value. What we have to do to satisfy, we should take care of the variables and the values. So we should be careful while writing the values. To avoid this confusion, you can use keyword arguments. Now let's see how to use that. Simply erase everything and based on the parameter you are going to give the values. It is not necessary to be in order. So first of all, inside the parenthesis, I'm just going to mention the name of the parameter and what is the value for that. So just write equal to and then inside the double quotes you can give any name. Then give comma and then you can write age is equal to the value. Now here when you write like this, there is no confusion. You can even interchange the parameters and you can write it. That is, first you can write age and then you can write str, that is the name of the variable. So here key arguments will recognize the name of the parameter and then it works. So let's run the program. Yes, we got the output, and even if you interchange the parameter or arguments, it works because it is going to recognize the name and then it accepts the value. So the third one is default arguments. So in Python, the default argument is an argument that takes a default value if no value is provided in the function call. So which means we are supposed to provide the value in function definition statement itself. So let's see with an example. So let's take the previous program as the example here. So we do have two parameters. Let's assign one value for the age. You can give any number. Yes, so we do have two parameter. One parameter is holding a value and we do have two print statements. In function call statement, now it is not necessary to pass two values because the reason we have given already one value in this function definition itself. So one value is enough to pass. If you are not giving another value, the default value will be executed. So let's see the output. Look at this. So that's it. Default argument is very simple. You can give default value here. At that time, it is not compulsory to pass the value in this function call statement, but still you can pass value. Let's try that also. Now I'm just giving 16. Let's check the program. It is updated. Yes, whatever value you pass through the function call statement will be accepted here. So that default statement will be overwritten by the passed value. And the last one is variable length arguments. In some instance, you might need to pass more arguments. So look at this example. We have defined a function with 3 parameters and the function call statement is passed with 5 values, which is not possible. These 3 parameters cannot hold 5 different values. So in this situation, instead of writing parameters like this, you can make it as variable length argument. That is what? With asterisk symbol. So let's check with the program. Yes, this is an example for variable length argument. Now we do have function definition and we have variable length arguments, that is asterisk and OS, that is the variable length argument. And we have for loop and printf as the action block, and this is function call statement. Print numbers, and we have passed only 2 values. So the loop will execute 2 times. First time the n value is 1 and second time n value is 2. So let's see the result. Let's execute this program to check the output. Yes, we got the numbers. Now coming back to the program, let's edit this program. Randomly give some numbers and execute this program. Look at this. Yes, all the numbers are printed. So coming back to the program, so it is not compulsory to fix the variables here. Number of parameters, it is not necessary to fix. You can set variable length argument. So the function call statement, you can assign many values. So it is simple and easy. And yes, in today's class, we have discussed about calling function, passing parameters in function, function arguments. Yes, we have learned 4 different types of function arguments. We can write in 4 different ways. Function arguments can be written in 4 different ways. You can select any one of these. That's all for today. Thank you.